I mean, it would be an unbelievably catastrophic development if they weren't to win the Premier League. Disappointing the fact that we are talking about these players either coming or going, coming up to like a few months left of the contract. Players do go, you've got to think, look, no one's bigger than the football club anyway.
Arne Slot,
yeah.
I know they lost yesterday, but still on course for the title. Is it now just focus all the way in?
Absolutely, I don't think you can look any other way. I think there's been an incredibly disappointing week in terms of getting knocked out of the Champions League and then obviously losing the League Cup final. And I know many fans are disappointed, and at times you're probably saying the wrong things, but I don't think anyone can be overcritical of the players for what they've achieved this year. How well they've done in the Champions League in terms of topping that group. Getting to obviously League Cup final, disappointment losing it obviously. But the biggest compliment I can pay Arne Slot is they haven't missed Jurgen, and Jurgen is a tremendous manager who put Liverpool back on the top table again. So yeah. Disappointment in terms of this week gone, but there's something really to play for now, and Liverpool are in such a commanding position in the Premier League, and I mean it would be an unbelievably catastrophic development if they weren't to win the Premier League. So yeah, I think the club's in a good place, and it's down to what Jurgen's done, but more so what Arne's done this year.
And just one cloud on the horizon, maybe come the summer, is those three players. The future in the air, aren't they? Trent, Virgil, and Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, look, I think in all honesty, disappointing the fact that we are talking about these players either coming or going, coming up to like a few months left of the contract. So it's probably not ideal. I want them all. I want them all to stay. I'm speaking as a supporter. But you've got to have a little bit of realism there, isn't it, as well? So I think if players do go, you've got to think, look, no one's bigger than the football club anyway. You were probably talking the same situation last year with Jurgen. Jurgen was going and he was the best manager in the world, and then all of a sudden a new manager comes in and the club are achieving this great thing again this year. So there's always a little bit of brightness at the end of that dark tunnel, and as much as these players, whether they stay or whether they go, we don't know. We all want them to stay, of course, as supporters, and what will be. But what I will say is, whoever comes, whoever goes, that's the nature of football. But whatever or whoever is there next year, they're getting my full support.
Can I just get one on Mohamed Salah, just whether he stays or goes? What sort of impact has he made at Liverpool, and where does he rank in the all-time Liverpool and Premier League level?
Look, I think his stats and his numbers are incredible. I know, obviously, a very data-driven world that we live in now. I know he's had a poor week by his standards. And we obviously always expect a little bit more with Mo because of the the standards he set himself. But I think if we were to sort of sit and, if he's a player who retired tomorrow, we genuinely be talking about him as one of Liverpool's great forwards. And look, if he does go, it will be a sad moment. I hope he stays because I think if you're a successful team with players like Mo Salah, then that means you've got a chance of winning games and winning trophies. And I want him to stay, but I don't think anything will harm his legacy within certainly Liverpool's history. Fans or club alike. I think we all appreciate what he's done. We all understand football. We all understand he's been an absolute unbelievable player for the football club.
North v South. You're managing the North. Back in the dugout, the manager's a hot seat. Looking forward to it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think it'll be brilliant. I think it's a great concept. I think me getting a chance to go and try my wits against Harry, who's an absolute superstar within the game, someone who's managed almost 1,000 games. I mean, he'd be close to that, wouldn't he? So it'll be great getting in the dugout next to him. But that competitive edge will certainly be. Will certainly rear its ugly head. I think we'll have a little bit of fun, of course we will, but the seriousness and the professionalism will definitely take hold.
Temptation to get the boots on as well, or is that too much a player manager?
Well, yeah, no, it probably. I mean, I have had a spell as player manager, and it probably wasn't. You're thinking that many things in terms of players coming on. If you're on the football pitch, it's difficult. I mean, you never say never. I mean, if you can get a kit that fits me, I probably might have a little bit of a better conversation. But I think there's going to be obviously players who are fitter and younger and maybe stronger than what the performance I'd put in.
And still ambitions as a manager? I mean, it's a tough gig, isn't it? We've seen it, so many people under pressure, but is that something you're still keen to do?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, I went overseas because I wanted people to know how serious and how dedicated and how much out of my comfort zone I was willing to go to show people. So I've done all that. You know, I had 4 incredibly successful, to a degree, spells overseas. Now I know that, you know, I've not managed in the UK, and I will get a chance, and I'm confident of doing well because, you know, my stats are good. You know, I play a good brand of football, a good style of football. I'm all for creating the right environment so players can prosper. I'm not afraid to play young kids, and you know, I'll do that again. You know, if you're the right player, you know, there's no qualms with me. You know, regardless of how old or, you know, how young you are. So yeah, I'd be confident of progressing at football club.